They say some houses are haunted. Maybe that's why they stand empty, decaying slowly over time. Or maybe it's because no one dares live there. That's what happened with the house at the top of Gallows Hill. Nearly 200 years before, the Salem witch trials had come to an end. The hangings had stopped, the accusations had faded, and life in Salem seemed to return to normal. But some believe the spirits of those accused, convicted, and executed remained, lingering on earth, waiting for their chance to make the living pay for what the dead could not. And in 1870, when the Weaver family moved into the farmhouse at the top of Gallows Hill, they brought their fate crashing down around them like a house of cards. On their very first night, strange things began to happen. Doors slammed shut on their own, and black shadows slid across the ceiling. Youngest daughter Abigail claimed to see a ghastly woman peering at her while she slept. She had no face, only teeth. Every morning they found more signs that something dark had bled through the night. Their livestock were found dead, drained of blood, and the smell of sulfur lingered in the air. Then their eldest son, Thomas, began acting strange. He started carving strange symbols into his own chest, muttering about the witches were rising. His parents, desperate for help, sent for a traveling priest, who after hearing their story, agreed to perform an exorcism. But as he laid hands on Thomas, the walls of the house began to bleed, and young Abigail screamed, "He's pulling my bones." Then the priest felt it too, a force dragging him down, and he turned to flee. But before he could reach the door, Abigail cried out, "She's got me," and the family's youngest daughter arched backwards until her spine cracked. The priest ran, not stopping until he reached the nearest jail, where he locked himself inside for the night. In the morning, he sent word to the local sheriff that he believed the Weaver family to be in grave danger. But by the time the sheriff and his men arrived, it was too late. Inside the house, they found the bodies of the Weaver family hanging from the rafters. Their tongues had been cut out and nailed to the beams above them. The sheriff later reported that Mr. Weaver's face had been contorted in a silent scream, his eyes wide with terror, as if he'd seen something truly horrifying just before death. But that wasn't all. In the center of the barn, the officers found a circle of ashes, and in the middle of it, Abigail's doll. And when one of the men reached out to pick it up, he felt something crunch under his fingers. Horrified, he dropped the doll and stumbled back. Another officer, kneeling beside the body of the young girl, noticed a glint of metal in the dirt beneath her. It was a small silver carving knife, its wooden handle split in two. The same knife Abigail had used to carve the strange symbols onto her own body. And then there was the entryway, or rather what was left of it. The front door of the house hung from a single hinge, revealing a gaping hole in the wall beyond. Whoever had murdered the Weaver family had done so with such force that they'd blasted a hole clean through the house, as if it had been made of paper mache. After the funeral, the local historians claimed the house was torn down, leveled with the ground to let the family rest in peace. But old maps of the area still mark the top of Gallows Hill with a skull and crossbones, and the words, "Beware, the witches are at play here." Or maybe they say, "Do not come here." No one can agree on that last part, but everyone agrees the place is best left empty.